in China. Interesting timing as they send out all the warships, physical-looking craft, not plasma-based craft, appearing craft, but physical-looking, potentially man-made craft is flying over China at this time. Very interesting. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Now, in terms of the Pentagon, the economic situation there, and this sounds like a threat really to Congress, as if Pentagon hasn't been given enough money. Pentagon warns Congress the accounts are running dry. Pentagon said on Wednesday that it may be forced to take extreme measures, like not paying salaries. The Democratic-led Congress fails to pass a $307 billion defense spending bill before lawmakers began an August recess. This is reminiscent of Hank Paulson telling several members of Congress, if you don't pass the banker bailout bill, martial law will be declared in the streets of America and the sky will fall. Now, this is also concerning, but it's not surprising. It has to be recognized. We have to deal with this situation. The U.S. Army reported Thursday of last week that soldiers killed themselves at a rate of 1 per day in June, making it the worst month on record for Army suicides. There were 32 confirmed or suspected suicides among soldiers in June, including 21 amongst active duty troops and 11 among National Guard or Reserve forces, according to Army statistics. More and more information has also come out about the military recruiting not only foreign nationals, giving them citizenship to become mercenaries in this never-ending war, but also recruiting gangbangers, people with felonies, into the military. Scary growth of gangs in war zones. Chicago cop who served in Afghanistan and Iraq has a warning for us. Gangbangers, gang members are coming home with military training. Jeffrey Stalin, a Wisconsin corrections official, returned from Iraq in January with photos of gang graffiti on armored vehicles and buildings. He's a sergeant with the National Guard unit, and he was there for 9 months to help the Army set up a prison facility outside of Baghdad. He saw the maniac Latino disciples graffiti out of Chicago. He also added there's a lot of graffiti for Texas and California gangs, as well as Mexican drug cartels. And so this is something that you need to be aware of. Now, I did bring 2 good pieces of news. And every time there's a good piece of news, you should become aware of and let other people know that this is something that is positive for us. And if you see other successes out there, such as in this headline, Arizona turns off speed cameras, we have to figure out what they did in their area that was right and implement it here in our own backyard, where we're getting even more speed cameras, red light cameras in Portland, Oregon. But this is the report here. Arizona turns off speed cameras. It's a little surprising, but it is being reported. Arizona is also being attacked by the federal government on some other levels as well. Arizona has turned off every speed camera on its highways after complaints that they violated privacy and were designed to generate revenue rather than promote road safety. A spokesman for Jan Brewer, the state's Republican governor, said she was very uncomfortable with the intrusive nature of the system, which was inherited from her Democratic predecessor. Opening in October 2008, the scheme was the first in the U.S. to use speed cameras across the whole state. Amid objections of Big Brotherism, numerous cameras were vandalized while the operator of a van carrying a mobile camera was shot dead in a lay-by in April 2002. And so that's also something to be aware of. The other report, Bill, the slide right before it, Congressman introduces resolution to protect citizens who videotape cops. These type of arrests have become an epidemic throughout the country, also in Portland, as more people are carrying some type of video recording device on them at all times. But the case that has gained the most national attention has been the arrest of Anthony Grabber, a National Guardsman who is facing 16 years in prison because he uploaded a video of a Maryland state trooper pulling a gun on him during a traffic stop. The other thing to report as well was the man that was releasing the videos of civilians being massacred in Afghanistan and Iraq. You've heard about the WikiLeaks story. They found him and he's facing a court-martial. So all these things are things to be aware of. Tonight, for the second half, we are going to be showing you a number of videos about some of the strange anomalies going on in the sky, because I do need to separate that story from some of the economic headlines to give it enough focus and attention, and also allow you some time to take a look at these videos and decide for yourself exactly what is going on. Now, before we go to that, I've been saying for years that the veil is thinning more and more, and there's a lot of energy on this planet right now. I also happen to believe that those of us that live in the city, dense population zones like Portland, we feel a lot more energy, especially some of us that live in this city. And there's something very strange, different, beautiful, magical, call it what you will, your perception of whether it's good or bad energy is relative, but there's a lot of energy in this city and many other West Coast cities. But as things continue to progress in the future, as we experience full solar eclipse, as we experience more solar activity on our planet, as interesting astral alignments begin to take form in the skies above us, what is happening up there is actually affecting us down here, our perception of reality, our moods, and things of that nature. And the more I walk around Portland, the more I feel the energy of the past. The past, as in the people that lived here before us, as in people that have been murdered, the Native Americans that actually have been massacred. St. John's has a very, very unique energetic signature to it. When you look at some of the drunks that come outside those bars that are fairly lost, something very different about them, as if they're not alone inside that human body. There's something different about them, and the word possession comes up over and over and over again. In my mind's eye, when I look at some people that have completely gone over the edge, I don't think that mental illness is completely understood in this society, a society that would rather drug you or sell you another prescription and tell you that this is some sort of a disease, and they have all the information that they need in this book that has been approved by the American Psychiatric Corporation, really. And so we need to start understanding why we have certain perceptions that we have, why we get certain vibes from certain people, certain individuals, certain buildings, certain bars, certain areas. And so as things begin to shift more and more, I think the perception of time for many people dissolves more and more. And so we feel more premonitions about the future, and some of us may feel more and more energy about whatever happened in the past, something from the past, or a spirit that needs to be cleansed from a particular area, because I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that we are alone here in Portland. I think we share this city with a lot of other energies as well. So be aware of that. This is a spiritual war. This is something interdimensional that is going on this planet. Know what side of the battle that you're on, and be willing in your own way to take the sword, in King Arthur's sense, from the stone, and be willing to go after the demons, because I don't believe that we're here to run from demons or worry about demon attacks. Some of us should be strive to be at a higher energy and realize that we're actually here to help the planet move to a better place. Instead of running from demons, remind yourself you're here to cleanse the planet of demons. You are a demon hunter. You are a dragon slayer. We are the ones that they're worried about. After all, why are they attacking us so much? Why is there such an attack on the human species that seems so intelligent or coordinated? Why are we under attack? There must be something very special about who we are and what we are, plus especially where we're going. And why the hell do we even choose to come here? So many people on this planet at this time, as we face great change, great astrological alignments this planet has not seen in thousands and thousands of years. It must mean something, but what? Look for the answers to those questions, but don't ask somebody else to tell you exactly what's going on. Otherwise, you're not really going to find the truth of the meaning of your life. And I don't believe there's some silver bullet solution to all the world's problems. Life's a journey to find out what your part is in it. Now, Bill, we're going to go ahead and roll the first track. And again, we are discussing some of the massive changes taking place on the planet pertaining to strange anomalies in the sky. We're going to start with track number 3, and I'm going to explain as we go through these tracks what you're seeing here. But this is from July 8th, 2010, and this is something that actually did shut down an airport in China for an entire day. Do we have that clip ready? Now let's take a look at this. Okay, these aren't doctored pictures, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually some of the stuff that we're seeing happening in our world outside concerns about the dollar crash and the oil spill and war. Big brother. We see fairly physical-looking craft like this shutting down airports in China at a time where the United States is building up their military. More troops have been sent to Japan, and it looks like we have a false flag on the Korean peninsula. The torpedo sinking the South Korean ship. We've got everybody and their sister and their dog in this new world order launching satellites in the world. We have full admissions that they can create holograms. We're going to see potentially some examples of that later on tonight. But this is July 8th, ladies and gentlemen, 2010. And what you're going to see after this video